What is up, guys, and welcome to episode number 17, coming at you of Rowett Returns. Today we have got 4 games. We've got Blackpool, Derby, I think it is, Huddersfield and Reading. So we got Blackpool in the Championship. They are down near the bottom and we are looking to sell the club in full Birmingham, believed to be subject to a takeover. Wouldn't mind that if it involves me getting more money. But anyway, we've got a game to concentrate on, and that is Blackpool at home. In terms of the starting lineup, I think we're going to start with James Wilson instead of Clayton Donaldson, just to try and switch it up. And I'm also going to start Shinnie. Controversial, but I want that bit of creativity from him today. I want him to show it. Let's go into the game and hopefully get another positive result. In fact, I'm going to bring Eardley off and play Cadiz. Fitness situation there. We've really got to try and win this one. Home to Blackpool, we're expected to win this one as Randolph smashed it away. It's going to be the problem as teams drop deeper. We're going to be expected to win games, and Wilson with a bit of a run and shot. Poor effort in the end, but he done well to get that far. Is Lewis as he comes away with possession. Smashes one up towards Nile range, and it looks to go the distance, but Hancock's good defensive header and drops it straight into Spearing and McLeod. Now he can find a pass, or he can take him on, and it's an unbelievable one to pull Cadiz, and Cadiz into Wilson, and Blues have a lead. Great move, all started by that defensive header, and Mitch Hancock's very good. And then we work the ball lovely, and we find ourselves 1-0 up at home. Coming up towards half time, is there another chance? Doesn't look like it, but we'll take the 1-0. And we'd be hoping for some more attacking play in the second half, really. There's only one opportunity, but as long as it goes in, we only need the one. I'm sure this will surely just be the end of the half, unless we can create something very quickly before half time. Into McLeod. He finds Shinnie, and there is a creation before half time, and it's Shinnie who smashes it into the top left hand corner. Another one of them selections that just happens to work out perfectly for Gary Rowett. And we go into the break with 2 goal lead. So all that we just said about trying to be better goes null as we get the second, which is brutally important. So Cadiz with a free kick from deep is in towards Davis, but it didn't make it that far. But Davis puts pressure on it, and Hancock swings it back, and that was nearly one of the balls of the season in towards Duffy at that back post. But that one's also cut out. Not the really defensive short passing that we were looking for, but it was nearly worked. Blackpool, they're going to come away with it, try and get back into this game with 40-odd minutes, well, 38 minutes remaining. Into Perkins on the edge of the box. He finds God knows what his name is, but it doesn't matter because he smashed one in. Muddy Guinea, I don't know. He smacked one in, and it's a great finish. I know Blackpool fans will care what his name is when he's scoring goals like that. And they've all of a sudden found some attacking spirit here, Blackpool, and it's in towards Nile Ranger again, and he's wrong-footed down Randolph, and all of a sudden it's Blues 2, Blackpool 2. They've pulled level. So not very inspiring goalkeeping there from Darren Randolph, and we're coming under a bit of pressure here. And Ramage, he puts one ball back in, and surely he's offside there, D'Alfonso, he is. So Lewis with the big smash forward up towards D'Alfonso there, looking for the direct pass. But Wilson can only flick it on to nobody, and they're coming forward again, but luckily it's a poor ball. And Hancock can start the attack again. Into Davis, he finds McLeod. Back to David Davis. McLeod, can he find a pass, or can he find a long-range shot, because he likes them? He does find one, but it's not going to be good enough, and I think it's time to bring Wilson off for Clayton Donaldson. And also, we're in trouble here because Duffy needs to come off, which means can't drop him on, but McLeod is also struggling. So it's whether you bring Pereira on, and that could really stop our attacking creativity. So 3 substitutions with 20 minutes to go, and you've got to hope the fresh legs work in our favour as Clayton Donaldson does get on the ball, finds Davis, and here's Pereira. Great ball to Cadiz, whip one in. Donaldson, should score, and Shinnie on the rebound, can't follow up. That should have been it, but the fresh legs do seem to be working as we come forward again. Pereira. It's the end of the attack, but hopefully with 15 minutes to go, create one more opportunity. So Shinnie, chance, good ball in. Oh no, it's not. It's poor commentary there because it wasn't a very good ball in at all. But Davis wins it back, and Shinnie, he finds Clayton Donaldson. The square's on. The square to Cottrell was on, but he returns the ball. Back in it goes. Oh, and away again. He could have squared it, and Cottrell was there to knock it in. But we go again. Here's Spearing. Edgar, the wide ball's on. It does find Caddis. Into Pereira on the edge of the box. Pereira finds Jay Spearing. Oh, and Spearing scored! Long range from Jay Spearing. He's calling himself the new McLeod as he scores one from over 20 yards away. 4th goal of the season. And with 6 minutes to go, hopefully we can hold on. Corner to Blackpool as I try and make some substitutions to waste time. And the ball comes away and Caddis gets there. And there's only 10 seconds left. Anywhere will do. Caddis up towards Donaldson. Out and away. And surely Blues are going to record their 8th straight league win. They do. Great performance from Blues. After being pegged back, they showed some real character. And a screamer from Jay Spearing is the one that settles in a really good result for us. And we continue to the post-match analysis to have a look at what that's done to the table. We are now 2 points behind Forest and playing the same amount of games. You'd look at the stats and we did deserve to win it. But, 29 shots, 14 on target. We've managed to score 3 of them. And we move ever closer to the automatic playoff, automatic positions to go into the Premier League. Absolutely amazing. We've 6, 7, 8, 5... We've got 9 games left, I think it is. It's going to be very tight. Well, after the good result at Brighton, it's actually youth recruitment day, and we've tried to nick a few players. We're going to have a look at this lad, Daniel Burrows, striker. Because of his determination, 19, he's only 16 years old. Rob Burnett, he looks alright. Flair. Gary Chambers, now he looks good. He's got the bravery. He's going to be a decent right back in the future. Ian Coleman, we've also found, he looks to have decent-ish all-round stats. Tony Fallows, he looks okay. These are all players I think that we already had. He was a lad that we already had, Alex Sloan, and then Daniel Steele as well, he was already with us. But we go into, they're all young players, good prospects, and it's nice to just get as many as you can and hopefully get our youth club working with them. Bad news on the Lewis McLeod front though, he's out for expected to be 2 weeks, which is going to leave a bit of a attacking hole there. But it's a chance for Shinnie, I think, to come in there. And then we'll bring Damari Gray back in and shift these two like that. Cottrell, he played okay in the last game, so obviously he'll stay on the bench again. He's got another chance to impress, possibly in the second half. But we go into Derby away. That sounds like a very tough game. They're 9th in the Championship, not doing as well as I thought they'd do. But they're still there or thereabouts, and it's a chance for us to overtake Forest today. Forest, who have they got? They've got, let's have a look. They've got Middlesbrough, so it's top versus second. Say that's a draw and we pick up all 3 points. This is a big chance for us. Let's get into the Derby game. This one looks like a bit of a tricky one to me at Pride Park. But Spearing wins the ball back, and Christie, though, falls to Shinnie, picks it up. No McLeod as well. Remember today, Shinnie's going to have to try and create stuff for us in the centre of that park. And Duffy, he's trying now, but he had crowded out with 3 men around him. Here is Andy Shinnie. He finds Duffy to Caddis, and chance for Caddis to whip a ball into the box if he wants to. No, he finds Shinnie instead on the edge. Davis is free, but back to Caddis. Caddis can whip one across, and there's Wilson. Blues have a lead again. What is going on? We're into our 9th game unbeaten, and Blues are winning away at Pride Park. So Russell down this corner, he throws one in a weird way to Mascarell. He finds Hendrick on the edge, and here's Forsyth. He can cross one in, and he does, and Hendrick starts and finishes the move, and Derby have a leveller about 10 minutes before half time, and that's a bit of a letdown. But we've been playing alright. If you have a look at the stats in a second there, you go 53% with 4 shots. That's our first attempt on target though, but we've got to be a bit more clinical as we come into half time now. I think there's going to be another opportunity, but it might be time for Clayton Donaldson. Need a bit more of a presence up there, and just stay calm. Things just haven't quite gone the right ways for us yet. I think it's time for Cottrell and Clayton Donaldson, as Gray and Wilson haven't really cut it. Well, Wilson did score, to be fair to him, but I just want a bit more presence up front. So Shinnie finds Jay Spearing out wide to Edgar. just a bit too clever for ourselves there as Dawkins smacks it away. And Packwood misses it. And Martin through on goal. He does find the net as well. And Derby are looking to end the run the Blues have been on, which has been so magical so far. And it's just a miss from Will Packwood, as it could really, really cost us. So Derby with their 2 shots on target have scored them both. And they look to come forward again here, and they've got a man over on this side, but Russell's not going to need it as he goes on his own and smashes one miles wide. But we've got 15 minutes here. So it looks to be the end of the winning run and the end of the unbeaten run as well. As Derby make it to full time with their 2 shots on target. They score on both, and we're slightly robbed. They did end up having 3 shots on target. We should have really have got something out of the game, if we're totally honest. We've got to rebuild. It has a chance to overtake Forest as well, by the looks of it, as Middlesbrough pull away at the top of the Championship. But we go now, and we've got to rebuild as we play Huddersfield at home, another place in 20th position. Forest, they play a 19th place position, and Middlesbrough, they go to 23rd place to Ipswich. So if any of us drop points, it's really a bit of a letdown. We've signed all of these youth players, and we'll get through the press conference where it's going to have some tricky questions. But there's a good run of form. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games unbeaten. And if we can produce some sort of form like that down here, then we'll be definitely in and around the automatic promotion spots. We're back, and we've got to try and get some sort of run going again. Got to bounce back from the poor result against Derby, but we've got Huddersfield at home today, and Lee Griffiths is going to get his start up front. We're struggling in the defensive midfield area as Spearing is out injured. So we might have to possibly look at bringing Pereira in for Shinnie as well with his fitness situation. But we'll get into the game, and hopefully we can get a positive result. We've got some real team issues at the moment with McLeod and Jay Spearing out, as they are the heart and soul of this team in the middle of the park. So a bit of a change side, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform today, Blues. We've got to make sure we don't lose 2 on the bounce, especially to a low position side like Huddersfield, but we're not going to try and underestimate them, as we saw what happened against Blackpool when they pegged us back to 2-2 from 2-0. And they're coming forward here, and it's a great ball in, and Vaughan straight at Randolph, but he was offside, and there's the early warning sign already. Here's a corner now for Huddersfield as it whips in, and it's scored at the front post by Ward. Danny Ward, 5th goal of the season, nick on at the front post. And all of a sudden, our run of form ends, and we are struggling here big time. It's going to get into half time. 1-0 down. There's the 1 minute of additional time. And Lee Griffiths has done absolutely nothing up front. So we're going to have to ask him to show a bit of desire in this second half and get back into it. It's time for Cottrell and Donaldson. Donaldson chasing down a long ball forward. It's back to Smithies, and he can start the push forward for Huddersfield, straight up towards Majeski, and he finds Eagles into Butterfield. We cannot get the usual amount of possession that we have. And Vaughan on the edge of the box, Ish, comes back, and Robinson gets the ball on the left-hand side into Ward again, the goal scorer. Robinson to Ward, and he twists and turns. Egger gets a good-looking challenge in, but Robinson beats a man. Butterfield into Robinson again. Chance to whip a ball in. Here's Ward, screamer, and he's having a great day, Ward. Danny Ward, 2 for him. And all of a sudden, everything's gone tits up for us. Smithies with a long ball forward. If we're going to get back in this one, you'd feel it'd have to come now. And Packwood's missed another ball, and he's gone straight over Packwood's head. You see that? Same as the Derby one where Martin scored. And it bounces off the post, and that was nearly game over, game out of sight for us. Hamill whips one in now. Packwood does get that one away. And Davis picks it up, but no, it's not going to be an attack. And we've got 15 minutes here to try and get back into it. Looking like we're going to struggle. Butterfield whips another corner in. But we get there first this time, and Eardley and Clayton Donaldson can chase that. And it's Smithies with a poor clearance, and Cottrell gets round. Can he go at the defence now? Apparently that's the end of the attack, so Cottrell can't from there create anything, which is very, very frustrating. And it looks like it's going to sum us up with 5 minutes to go. Cottrell, Pereira bounces around, and just look at that. It's not going to happen today. And we're going to lose our second game on the bounce after winning 8 in a row. So, form straight out the window. And consolidating a playoff spot is now going to be the new aim as Bunn goes and scores 3. And we've embarrassed ourselves, really. Got to hope for a real positive result in the last game after this poor showing in the last 2. Donaldson to Pereira. You'd have thought this will just be the end. Here's Davis. Can we score 1? Cottrell. He picks the ball up, and can he skin his man into Clayton Donaldson? No. Cleared away. There he goes. There is the full-time whistle, and we lose 3 goals to 0 at home. And that won't go down very well with the fans. It's going to drop us back in the Championship as well. Let's have a look at what that's done to us. We're still close to Forest, so we've had so many chances. Forest having a blip in form at exactly the same time as us, which is lucky, but at the same time, we should be taking advantage of it, really. Middlesbrough, the real winners. And last game in this episode is Reading away. Now, Reading, they are in 9th position as well, so this isn't an easy game either. I mean, Forest, they've got, let's have a look where they are. They're facing Rotherham, who are also right down the bottom. They're bottom of the table, and it's a chance for Forest to end their dismal form, really. That's worse than us. So let's get into that and hope that the results go the right way somehow. Well, then we look to curb the 2 losses that we've had in a row against Derby and Huddersfield as we go to Reading at the Madstad, the Madejski Stadium, and we've had to rest a few players. Cottrell's even still struggling now, so in fact Lee Griffiths is going to go out on that right hand side, and this may well be the problem that, you know, we're missing Spearman, we're missing McLeod, big players in the middle of that park for us where it's so important to win the battle, and we've just got to try going to the Reading game, hopefully nick a win. So Randolph with a poor clearance. Jamie Mackey, take your time, mate. Why just get away with one? It's poor clearance from Dan Randolph. I mean, a prime example of what we don't need to happen at the start of this game, but this should be an easier task for Randolph, and hopefully his distribution this time can be slightly better. Soon find out as he goes to pump one up, and hopefully up towards Clayton, and it is up towards Clayton Donaldson. He can't win it, but it's a second ball that falls to Shinnie. He finds Lee Griffiths, who we've got out on that side. He finds Donaldson. He's offside though, and Birmingham's opener is going to be ruled out. So we look to get into half-time at 0-0, which isn't the most negative result, to be honest. We can still win the game from here. Shinnie's injured, so he's probably going to have to come off for David Davis. Is going to be my man. I'm going to possibly put Gleeson going forward. Put David Davis, and let's put Davis there. But yeah, they're a good side, Reading, and we are missing players. So as long as we stick in and thereabouts, stay in this game, hopefully nick one or take the draw, and we'll get out of here quite happy, I'd have thought. Chance from the corner. In it goes Robson Kanu, off the post from Griffiths, but it's not going to matter as Pearce smacks one in. Just as I was about to try and play some counter-attacking football, we're going to have to attack and try and get back in this one, but I don't think we've even had a shot yet, so it's not looking too great. So I think this result's really going to show the importance of how well them midfield 3 have been playing together. We have a chance in the last minute, out towards Clayton Donaldson. He finds a bit of space. Can he get a shot off? Good save, Federici, and he's not to be beaten again as the ball smacked away, and there's a full-time whistle, so we did have the chance. But yeah, it just shows how important Spirit and McLeod are to this side. Calm, don't look back and worry, because we've got to really try and pick the heads up after 3 straight losses. So how does it switch like that? I'll never know, but we missed a chance to go into the automatic promotion. But good news is that we're still there and thereabouts as we come to the end of this episode. A hard one, because we've lost 3 out of the 4 games. It started so well with a win at home to Blackpool, but you look at this, and from here downwards, you would have taken, if you had just evened out the wins and losses, you'd have taken that. So we're still there and thereabouts. Thank you guys for watching the episode again, and I'll try and get another one out as soon as I can. It might take a couple of days, but just bear with me as we try and push towards the end of the season, and hopefully we can, change these into these and get back up there and into the Premier League. So if you could like, comment, subscribe, any ideas how to get out of a rut, which we're in all of a sudden, that would be amazing. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.